Good morning, students. Today we are going to start new chapter of our civics book. Lesson number 3, why do we need a parliament? So we in India pride ourselves on being a democracy. Here we will try and understand the relation between the ideas of participation in decision making and the needs for all democratic governments to have the consent of their citizens. So if these elements that together make us a democracy, and that is the best expressed in the institution of the parliament. So in this chapter we will try to see how parliament enables citizens of India to participate in decision making and control the government, thus making it the most important symbol of Indian democracy, a key feature of the constitution. So why should people decide? Let's read this. India, as we know, became independent on 15th August 1947. Preceding this was a long and difficult struggle in which many sections of society participate. People from various backgrounds joined the struggle and they were inspired by the ideas of freedom, equality, and participation in decision making. Under colonial rule, the people had lived in a fear of British government and did not agree with many of decisions that they took, but they face grave danger if they try to criticize their decisions. So the freedom movement changed the situation. The nationalists began to openly criticize the British government and make demands. As far back as 1885, the Indian National Congress demanded that there be elected member in the legislature with the right to discuss the budget and ask the question. The Government of India Act 1909 allowed for some elected representation, while these early legislature under the British government were in response to the growing demands of the nationalists. They did not allow for adults to vote, nor could people participate in decision making. So I hope it is first and it is clear to you that earlier people were not having the right to criticize or to ask question or to raise question, but slowly they asked that they should also have a right to ask something, to discuss something, to give their point of view. So as you read in chapter 1, the experience of colonial rule as well as the participation of different people in the struggle for freedom left little doubt in the minds of nationalists that all person in independent India would be able to participate in making decision. While with the coming of the independence, we are going to be the citizen of a free country. This did not mean that government could do whatever it feel like. It meant that the government had to be sensitive to the people's needs and demands. The dreams and aspirations of the freedom struggle were made concrete in the Constitution of Independent India that laid down the principle of universal adult franchise, that all about the citizens of the country have the right to vote. So this is enough for today. You can read the side boxes which is given in every lesson. You have to read it which is given in the side. So justly this was the overview of the lesson we have started. Tomorrow we will start the new topic. Till then you read it.